Hello, everyone, and welcome to Business as Usual. I'm Daneen O'Donnell, and today I'm with Jeff Double from All About Reclaimed. And Jeff, it's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for allowing us to come and talk to you.
Not a problem. It's absolutely been a privilege to be invited to be part of this event.
Well, we're so excited to talk to you. And I had talked to you a little bit earlier and told you that I am not originally from Butler.
Correct.
And the first way I heard your name was when I did come to Butler and go to like Christmas events or house tours or offices and said, who did this? Everyone always said, oh, Jeff Double. Jeff Double, Jeff Double, Jeff Double. And that's how I first heard your name. So tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started in an industry like this.
Well, it was a very odd story. Basically what happened was when my wife and I first got married, I needed to make some extra cash to pay for Christmas. And I come from a very creative background. My parents both went through the Depression, and it was use what you have before you buy new.
Okay.
So I was reclaiming things, turning old discarded items into something new and creating new usable pieces. And as the progression went along, I was doing individual pieces for people's homes for the holidays. And as it grew and grew, it was an opportunity for me to take over the whole house. Because of people working full-time jobs and having obligations with their children and family, they weren't able to get that magazine perfect. This is way before Pinterest, so we weren't even doing Pinterest perfect. So it started there, and one of my clients, it's the funniest story, said to me, my niece is getting married, and we're going to kill each other as a family because everybody wanted to be in charge, everybody wanted to help.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So they came to me and said, here's the wedding, here's the budget, what can you do?
Okay.
And I designed all of the props, created all of the centerpieces, and I said to them, at the end of this, I'm going to keep everything, and I'm going to try to rent it again.
Okay.
So that was 30 plus years ago.
Wow.
And we started out doing them out of a single stall garage in Shakora, and just my wife and I. And we were doing backdrops and centerpieces, ceiling designs, everything you could possibly imagine for a wedding, just literally out of our one stall garage. And the first year we did 1, the second year we did 3, the next year we did 6.
Wow.
And 8 years ago, when I quit my full-time job, we sold our house and moved to Butler in a 6-week period. We had done 29, and that was the largest amount of weddings we had done in a year. This year, in 2021, we have 65 booked, and we're shooting for 100 in a 12-month period. And part of that is COVID-based.
Yes.
Because of the fact that we had to cancel so many last year and reschedule.
Right.
And because of the fact that I have, and just, it's a pun, prostituted myself on Instagram, Facebook, websites, bridal shows, anywhere and anyhow I could get myself out there to present myself, because I've invested $300,000 into rentable props and materials that you can't find anywhere else in the Butler area. We have some great rental companies that do tables and chairs and linens, the basic stuff.
Yeah.
But this is personal. This is personal style, taste, design. And we are now in the old Dunbar Construction Building on Washington Street. So I literally reclaimed an antique vintage building with, I think, 30,000 square feet of floor space.
Yeah.
And it's full. Because, again, we have our own linen service, we have our own china service, we have fresh, silk, dried, florals, they're all available.
You do every aspect.
We do every aspect that isn't entertainment, alcohol, or food.
Right.
But being the fact that we've been doing this for so long, we have a list of preferred vendors that we work with.
I saw that on your website.
Thank you. That are in our Butler area that I would only do if they were local.
Okay.
I don't try to promote out-of-town vendors because I'm not aware of their standards. I'm very particular. Because when people come to us, they expect 100%. And I want to make sure that anyone that I would promote is also 100%.
I gotcha. So, Jeff, you've talked a lot about the wedding business, but I know that I've seen you at lots of other events. So tell me about some of the other things you do in Butler.
Well, it's one of those things, being the fact that we're a Butler-based business, part of the Chamber of Commerce, part of Butler Tourism, all of those things, we try to make it that we're available for our local charities, local events, and fundraisers to do things either at a discounted price or as a trade. I do a lot of trading for advertising.
Okay.
Again, to make myself visible and viable.
Yes.
If I'm in the program, it sticks in people's minds.
It does.
The largest thing that we're going to do in 2021 is we have the Penn United Christmas Party, and that's going to include 1,500 guests.
Wow.
Right now, on the third floor of the building on Washington Street is $25,000 worth of Christmas. I've got 12-foot Christmas trees upstairs.
Oh.
I've got 2 antique Victorian runner sleighs that are going to be in the hotel.
Oh, wow.
And designed as photo booths for the staff to be able to get their Christmas cards or their Christmas pictures taken.
Wonderful.
We'll be doing the centerpieces, backdrops, all of that in a frosted Christmas, almost like the Dr. Zhivago theme, where it's a lot of snow and a lot of white and crystal.
Can't wait to see pictures
of that. Very elegant and very
I bet
clean.
It'll be beautiful.
We were able to go to the hotel the other day and set a wedding, and I got a hold of the staff and we did a complete walkthrough, and I knew that the scale and the design that we had worked out will work. But it's one of those things, not only can we do a wedding or an event for 1,500 people, if you wanted to do a backyard party, graduation parties, birthday parties, anniversaries, that again, everybody works. Everybody works.
That's right.
And has to chase after their family and their own needs. We show up, make it absolutely perfect, and at the end of the night, we come back and take everything down and take it away. Because you're not hassling with the old-time rentals where you loaded it all into a truck, you took it home, you set it up yourself, took it down the next day and had to take it back. We supply the staff. We show up and make it perfect, and then at the end of the night, when you're exhausted and done,
we can go to bed.
You can go to bed. Right. We swoop back in, put it all back in the boxes, put it back in the box truck,
wonderful.
And take it away.
Yeah.
So don't think that we're just a major event source.
Thing.
We're not.
Yeah.
We're a very small, very privately owned company.
Now, when we're in this, you called it your warehouse.
Yes.
And it is, you have a beautiful little boutique. So I'm just curious, like when you're up in this warehouse, I told you it feels like I've just walked into my favorite grandmother's attic because there are so many beautiful things. So tell us a little bit about how the business works. I think you sell gifts also.
We do. We have a small gift shop downstairs.
So people can just walk in during your hours.
Yes.
Okay.
We're open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
We have, for those of us who are familiar with Butler, where the former Unicorn gift store was downtown.
Yes. Oh, I love
Nancy and I have worked together for 30 years. I used to do her windows and interior design.
I remember them.
And when she retired, she said to me, I need something to fill a couple of days a week. So Nancy is our retail buyer. She buys all of the items for in the retail space.
Okay.
She's here 2 days a week to make sure that they're perfect and that everything is restocked and designed the way it should be. We have women's accessories, jewelry, a few handbags. We have home accessories. The biggest thing we do out of the retail space is custom silkwork. It's still one of those things that's a driving force in our business, that we do custom silkwork, whether it be for your home, for a gift, or a funeral. We can do any of those.
Okay.
For those of you who aren't really familiar with us, we have 2 separate websites. One is allaboutreclaimed.com, and it is our fresh flower and floral website. And the second one is weddingsbyjeffdouble.com, and it is based on weddings that we have done, props that are available, design ideas, so on and so forth. The driving force behind the business to get the knowledge out is our Facebook page.
Okay.
Because Facebook is one of those things where I can upload every day.
That's right.
And I can interact with my customers and my followers. We're about 4,400 people that follow us every day for the posts.
Okay.
And when I create something new, I try to post it and try to post it in an unusual way. Because a lot of our customers come to us with a seed, and they need that seed to be nurtured and grown into something. And in this building, you can do that. You can take a simple idea and grow it into a great design finished product and have it show up at the day of your wedding and know that it's right because you've got to touch and feel it.
You said that a lot of your business doesn't even come from Butler, because I was saying that people from Pittsburgh, if they would see a place like this, they would come here. And you mentioned that much of your business
Yes.
is from Pittsburgh.
About 75% of our business
That's
comes
incredible.
from the city.
Yeah.
But we do have several venues in the Butler County area that we work with through Butler Tourism.
Okay.
They actually will find us through them and find the venue through them
Okay.
because of doing their research. But what's the reason we located in Butler is because of the tax base, because of the fact that we live here. You know, it's more convenient.
Yeah.
And I was able to find a large enough building at a reasonable price to make the business go. If I was to pick this up and move it into the city, I'd almost have to triple what
That's
I
correct.
cost to do an event. So it's all financial. Everything's based on financial. Up until recently, we hadn't had a full-time employee. Now I've got
I don't know how you did it.
Well, it was a lot of
Yeah.
long days, but we now have 3 full-time employees. Those people's lives depend on this business.
Right.
And if I don't continuously promote and do things like this and get us out there, people that don't know we don't exist or don't know that we do exist would never come to us. So
Right.
by being able to promote and push and stay viable and visible, I can keep those people employed and they can live the lifestyle that
Awesome.
they're accustomed to.
Right.
So it's beneficial for everybody involved, not just myself as the owner, but my staff and our clients.
Very nice. Well, folks, if you have never been to All About Reclaimed, I encourage you to stop by the shop on Washington Street here in Butler, and I encourage you to go to their Facebook page. It's like a fantasy come true, and I know you're going to want to hold an event. For Armstrong, this has been Daneen O'Donnell with Business as Usual. If you enjoyed this episode of Business as Usual and would like to see more, click on this playlist up here. To catch all the programs on the Armstrong Neighborhood channel, click on the subscribe button down here. I suggest you do both.